And there are different types of silences as well, too, as you rightly pointed out to me there. When it comes to our relationship with God, and when we enter, when we have, see, we can't presume that someone has a relationship with God, even as a priest.
Okay.
And it's one thing I've learned when I've been involved in formation is sometimes we presume people have a relationship with God. They may be saying prayers, but they may not necessarily have a relationship with God. And silence can actually be threatening.
Yeah.
Because, for example, there are different types of silences, as I said. For example, if you've had an argument with your wife, for example, and you come home and there's silence, for example, I'm just saying, there's picture and no sound, you know you're in trouble. That silence makes you feel uneasy. Okay?
Yeah.
On the other hand, you can have the silence like the grandparents, for example. They know each other so well. They nearly know what each other are thinking. They don't need to use words. They're simply being present to one another and enjoying each other's company. And that is a very good image for contemplation, for deep prayer. It's where the relationship now is such, I actually don't need words. I just simply can be content to be in your presence and to enjoy each other's company. Now, the problem or the difficulty is that when we go into silence, quite often, things begin to surface, especially if we've been very active. If we've been very active, all the stuff that we've not been looking at surfaces. And that's the problem with prayer, because the stuff we're running away from, the stuff we don't want to look at, when we enter into silence, into prayer, it begins to surface. And there's no way of coming to know God without coming to know the truth about yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the difficulty, because we
Yeah.
want to run away from that. I mean, even myself, for example, a few years ago, when I became provincial, I found myself on a retreat after my first year as provincial. And at the start of the retreat, I was given this, I actually have the picture here. I was given this picture of Jesus, okay. It's a famous one, of him holding the lamp and knocking at the door. Okay, so this is what I was giving at the start. Okay, and I was thinking of Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door of your heart and I knock. Anyone who opens the door, I will come in and eat with them. So I thought, this is great. This is exactly what I need. I just need time with you, Lord. I've been just so busy. But the second day into the retreat, I was very uneasy. The third day, I was even more uneasy. And what I realized was I was finding it very difficult to settle in prayer because I'd been so busy as provincial, that what had happened was that my analytic mind had gone into overdrive because there's so many problems, so many difficulties to sort out and to solve. And when it comes to prayer, your analytic mind is no use.
Yeah.
It's the other part of your mind where you have to simply let go, surrender, and be present. And I had this real tug of war. So my retreat director, she was very good because she told me to walk.
Okay.
And to walk. I walked 80 kilometers that retreat. So I did. And it wasn't until towards the end of the retreat that I began to realize that at the very beginning of the retreat, I couldn't let the Lord in. I couldn't open the door to let him in because I wasn't at home myself.
Yeah.
I had to get back home in order to let him in.
Yeah.
And when I was walking along the pier at one point, I saw this dog rushing along and pulling the owner behind him. I looked at the dog and I knew immediately what God was saying to me. That's you.
Yeah.
That's the way you've been for this year. And with that, a flock of seagulls just came down and began to gently allow themselves to be carried by the wind in front of me.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm inviting you to.
Yeah.
It was a very humbling and a very important lesson for me.
Yeah.
What I learned from that was that even when we're working for God, when we're doing things for God, okay, we can be more, it can be more of ourselves involved in it, trying to make things happen, rather than to allow God to work in and through us, to let what God wants happen in and through us.
Yeah.
It's a very different mode of being, one of trying to, by our effort, make something happen, The other one is where we surrender to God and we allow him to work in and through us, where we recognize our powerlessness. And that's the thing about prayer. You will always come face to face with your powerlessness in prayer because you have to wait on the Lord. You can't make it happen. You have to wait. And often God is always there, but the obstacles are within us.
Yeah.
We need to dismantle those in order to be able to be present to God and let ourselves be carried by God.
If you liked what you just saw and would like to see the full interview, click on the Watch More box above, or else click on the link in the description box below. Make sure to also click on the subscribe button above so as to receive more regular content. Thank you.